Mm. Okay. All right. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man Lincoln Clay, and we are back for another live stream of Rfactor 2. Just wanted to show off some of the mods on Rfactor 2. When you go to the workshop on Steam, that's where you'll find all the mods, and they're all free, and there is a ton of them. Some of them are good. Some of them look a little old or unfinished. But hey, you know, through these mods, I have just about every car and every track that I want. And I'll go through these alphabetically and show you some of the cars and show you some of the tracks that I was able to get a hold of. But I want to talk about 2024. I think this year is going to be a huge year for sim racing, and it all starts tomorrow with F124. F124, I think, technically releases May 31st, but if you pre-order the Champions Editions, you'll have 3 days access, 3 days early access to it. So I went ahead and ordered the Champions Edition. I think you can't argue with the price because the game retails for $70 and the Championship Edition retails for $90, but it was 15% off, so I ended up getting it at $76.50. So I thought that was worth it. You know, it only cost me an extra $6 to get early access to the game, plus whatever content you get through the Championship Edition, which I don't know how much of it I'll actually use. Maybe I'll get some use out of it because this year I think I plan on checking out the career mode, because you'll get sound bites from the actual F1 racers. This year in the career mode, you can either create your own racer or you can choose one of the real life F1 racers. So if I do the career mode, more than likely I'll probably go through it as Lewis Hamilton or Charles Leclerc. For the most part, those are pretty much my two favorite racers, with Carlos Sainz coming in behind that. While we're on the subject of F124, it will have VR support on the PC version at launch, but sadly it will not have VR support for PSVR 2 on PS5. And I watched the video from Polish Paul, and he went over the latest VR news, and as part of that video he talked about an article where someone over at EA did confirm that F124 would not get VR support this year on PSVR 2, but says that talks with Sony are ongoing. So that confirms one of my two suspicions. Noticeably, WRC and F124 are two EA games, and they did not get support on PSVR 2. Neither did F123 last year on PSVR 2. And I figured it came down to one of two things. It either came down to PS5 and PSVR 2 not having the horsepower to run the game, or Sony not letting them have VR support on the platform. And what I'm taking from the person over at EA saying that talks are ongoing with Sony, that what I'm taking from that is that Sony won't let anybody else give their racing games VR support, because it would probably interfere with GT7 and their precious microtransactions. When I look back and look at that, on the original PSVR, the only sim racing games that had any kind of VR support or any kind of VR mode was Drive Club, which was a Sony exclusive, GT Sport, which was a Sony exclusive, and Dirt Rally, I believe Dirt Rally. I don't know if it was Dirt Rally or Dirt Rally 2. I think it might have been Dirt Rally. That got VR support, and that was it. Well, with PSVR 2, GT7 is the only sim racing game on the platform with VR support. And yeah, after this latest revelation, it appears that the reason why is because Sony won't let anybody else do it. I think the current state of PlayStation VR, I think the future of it, I don't want to say that it's in doubt, but I'm just not sure where Sony stands. If are they going to commit to this headset or not? If they're not going to commit to this headset and they're going to just abandon this headset, I'd say let anyone who wants to give this headset VR support sim racing, let them do it. Even if whether they're committed or not, just let other racing games have VR support on this platform. Not only that, I think by doing that, you would make it easier for people to want to stay in that ecosystem, because if someone were to come to me right now and say that they wanted to sim race in VR, I would undoubtedly tell them to go PC, because there's way more games that they can race in VR on PC, whereas on PSVR 2, you only have GT7. So yeah, I think Sony should allow other publishers to give their sim racing games VR support. So that's that little bit of news. Next bit of news is Le Mans Ultimate. June 10th, there is a big update coming up, and it kicks off with them giving you a free BMW M Hybrid, the hypercar. That's going to be free with all the 2024 liveries, as well as the Toyota GR10. That's going to get an updated livery, because this year for WEC, the Toyota hypercar is black this year. They normally do the red and white, but this year they have the matte black finish, and that's going to be on Le Mans Ultimate as well. And then I think that is part of a wider update. And that's in this part of this update, I guess this is supposed to be kicking off a long series of updates and improvements and features that people have been, as they say, crying about. So I hope that means VR included. I hope that means we're going to get VR sometime soon. So I don't know. I'm fingers crossed that as part of this huge update, the VR will go official on Le Mans Ultimate, and I won't have to do this workaround. The workaround that I use on LMU is okay, it's tolerable, but the big problem is that I don't have a HUD in the car with me, nor do I have a track map. I could probably get away without a track map, but I gotta have the HUD. The reason I need the HUD is for the multifunction display, so I can set my pit strategy, how much fuel to add, what tire compound, etc., etc., etc. Next bit of news. Even though they haven't said anything lately, we still have the update, the huge June update coming up for Automobilista 2. What we do know is that they are working on the 2024 lineup for the IMSA, organization, racing organization. They have a partnership with IMSA, so they are planning on adding all the cars, tracks, liveries, what have you. So that means at some point, I think new to this year's IMSA calendar is the Detroit Grand Prix, which I'm supposed to be going to that race next week. I think as far as the hypercar goes, yeah, they're going to need to add a couple of more hypercars. One would be this Acura that we're looking at right here. That is part of IMSA, as well as the Lamborghini hypercar. Because they currently, on Automobilista 2, as far as hypercar goes, they still have the Cadillac, the BMW, and the Porsche. and then they would need to include all of the GT3 cars. And so I think as far as Automobilista 2 goes, they would need to add the they would probably need to officially add the Honda NSX or Acura NSX, the Corvette CR8 GT3, and the Mustang GT3. I know those would be 3 cars they would need to add. Anything else that they would need to add would slip my mind. So we got the big, huge update coming up for Automobilista 2 in June, and I'm hoping that as part of that update that we would get official daily races. At the moment, Automobilista 2 does not have daily races. They have official time trials, where you basically do a few laps and your lap times get posted on the leaderboard. So we need daily races on Automobilista 2. That's one of the reasons why I had not streamed that game all that much, these past couple of years. And not to mention that I was stuck on ACC. So really looking forward to that update. Let's see here. What else do we have coming up this summer? I think we also have Assetto Corsa EVO, which is the follow-up to Assetto Corsa. That game, I think, this either starts in open beta or early access in the summertime on PC, but the game is planned for consoles, and I'm almost certain that the PC version will have VR support. We're at a point now where if your sim racing game doesn't have VR support, you're not going to be able to capture the entire audience, because even though VR sim racing is niche, there's still a lot of people there that I think you need to have it on your game. So no doubt that Assetto Corsa EVO will have VR support on PC, and I think that's the reason why they built their own engine, so they can give us a more optimized VR experience. Naturally, it wouldn't get any kind of VR support on the Xbox, but whether it would get VR support on PSVR 2 remains to be seen. It depends on if Sony still wants to be stingy and not let anybody else put their sim racing game on PSVR 2 or not. And so looking forward to that. What else that we got? I think Ren Sport still has some updates planned throughout the year. We just recently got 2 hypercars, the Porsche 963 as well as the BMW. We just recently got that on Ren Sport, and they did a tremendous job. The audio is there. I think when it comes to the Porsche 963 hypercar, I think Le Mans Ultimate and Ren Sport have the best audio that comes the closest to the actual car. And they did the BMW, I guess I have yet to see, I guess I gotta check out video to see how close they came to the real car. Le Mans Ultimate, when they get the BMW hybrid, they said they had been working closely with BMW so they can replicate this car as close as possible. So I'd imagine they'll have the actual audio. So I'm thinking that Le Mans Ultimate, as far as the hypercars goes, will probably have the best audio of all the hypercars. So I think that might be it as far as news goes. So 2024 is going to be a huge year for sim racing, and I can't wait for it to get started. So now I think we can shift over to let's see here. Yeah, Floyd, how you doing? So it appears that the speech to chat doesn't seem to be functioning. So I'm having to occasionally look down at my phone to check the chat. So apologies for that. Just compatibility with apps and stuff. Just a big headache. I was speaking to him, and I I still have an old computer monitor sitting behind me that I don't use. So what I think I'm going to do is put a table here and set that monitor up right here. That way, when I'm racing and stuff, I can just take a quick look up and see who's leaving comments and stuff, because I'm getting tired of having to rely on speech chat or rely on a chat window being inside the headset with me and it's not displaying the comments. So apologies for that. So now we can get into Rfactor 2 and show you some of these mods. I'll test a few of these mods on a few of the modded tracks that I picked up. When you go into the Steam page, store page for this, you click on Workshop, and that's where all the mods are. It is very, very easy. You just scroll through all the contents that's there, and whatever you want, you just click subscribe, and your computer will automatically start downloading it. And then once you boot up Rfactor 2, the game will update and install all those mods. So very, very simple, so easy. I don't even need to make a tutorial video, which I probably wouldn't anyway, because I don't have the time, patience, or editing skills to make a professional looking video. So starting with these modded cars, we have right here the Acura ARX 05 DPI. I think I've seen this blue one before. This is the hypercar that is on the IMSA circuit. It is not part of the WEC circuit, which would be cool if it was. See here, we have the Alpine hypercar right here. This is the 2021 model. Let's see here. All these different liveries that you see. What is this? Oh yeah, these are the Group C. Well, no, not Group C. I think Group B. Le Mans cars. Here we have the Mercedes CLR. This is the car at Le Mans that flipped over twice. One car flipped over in practice, and another one flipped over during the actual race. Got a lot of air underneath it. Flipped. Toyota GT1. What is this? Looks like a 90s style LMS car. LMP. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this is something else I forgot to mention. We'll drive this car right here. We will take a look at this car. This car is a car that I got on Automobilista 2 through mods. So at this year's 24 Hours of Le Mans, BMW will be celebrating the 25th anniversary of them outright winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and they won it in this car. So what do we got here? That's Nissan. All these cars that I'm showing you are pretty much mods. Some of them, like I said, are good. Some of them, not so much. In 1970. What is that? Daytona. Jeez. Yeah, these are all pretty much the same cars. Aston Martin GTE. Yeah, naturally, I've got the GTE cars in here. With the GTE cars, the majority of them are actual cars that I bought in-game, although there is a few GTE cars that I was able to get hold of through mods. Let's see here. Audi LMS car. What do we got for BMW Clubsport? Yeah, that don't do anything for me. What do we got here for BR Engineering? So I got more content here that I haven't even scratched the surface of all of this content that I have here. BR Engineering. I don't know what that is. Retro race cars. 1966. No interest in that. LMP1. What is this? Oh, Nissan. I didn't know that was here, but this is 2015 Enzo. Then on to Cadillac, but there's nothing there. But the Cadillac stuff that I have is in another category. We'll find it. I mean, where I know where it's at. Let's see here. I'm no interest in Caterhams, Chevrolet. Camaro GT3. That does nothing for me. Corvette GT2. Okay. C7. This wasn't a mod. This is actual content. You know, my ever loving CR8. C8. What do we got here? Yeah, I don't really have any interest in these cars. Let's see here. Mercedes-Benz. What do we got here? It's same stuff. EGT 2018. Basically, this is the Ford GT. I don't know why it's got it covered in a drape. We will check this car out, but this is the 2017-2018 Ford GT that won Le Mans back in 2017. Endurance series. What do we got here? GTC. Porsche. Let's see here. Eve. What do we got here? Some more retro looking Formula cars. Ferrari. 488 GTE. Yeah, you guys seen that a million times on every game. Let's see here. Ford. The Ford GT40. That was an ugly car. GT3. I went through and pretty much bought all of the GT3 cars on this game. But there was some missing. There was the Honda missing. Oh, we've got the R8 here. So 911 GT3R. Let's move on. Let's move on here. Honda. Civic. Nah. Nothing I'm interested in. All right, here we go. Hypercar. Now, here is the BMW Hypercar. Now, I bought this from a website. It's actually a pretty good representation of the BMW M Hybrid, but they call it a Bayro M Hybrid V8. I'd imagine this is probably something so they don't get in trouble with BMW because they might not have an official license. And then right here, the actual BMW M Hybrid. This is something that was made from I think this is something that I got off of the Steam Workshop. This Bayro model actually looks and sounds better. Some of these hypercar mods that I picked up off of the workshop, some of them look incomplete on the inside. You'll see what I'm talking about when I jump inside and drive them. Here we have the Ferrari 499p hypercar. Did a good job. The mod is pretty good, except that the audio is not the actual car. You don't hear that yee, as the battery's recharging when you slow down. So we've got the yellow We've got the yellow Porsche 963. While we're on this subject of this yellow, also forgot to mention that as part of the Le Mans Ultimate Update, they will also be including the yellow AF Ferrari 499P hypercar, because you know they have these two red cars right here. They'll also be adding the yellow Ferrari. So that basically looks like this Porsche hypercar. And this is the most common one that you see here. They also have I think this might be the Proton Porsche. Penske, I'm not sure. Or is it this one? Nope, it's this one. It says Penske on there. That's a Penske Porsche. I've never seen this Porsche in any race. So yeah, show you a couple of more cars and then we'll get to it. Right here, this is the Toyota GRO 110. This is actually, as far as hypercars go, this car's been around for a few years, but it's probably my favorite looking hypercar. Same deal. I bought it from the site where I got the BMW hypercar instead of Toyota. It says Moyota. I'm guessing for the same reasons. Probably don't have the official license to the car, so they had probably had to twist the name so they don't get in trouble. And then see here, I've got the Glickenhaus. Looks pretty good. Oh, let me check the chat. Sorry, folks. DJ, what's up? I'm doing good. How about you? Let's see here, Toyota. Here's an older Toyota hybrid, the TS050. This was the dominant hypercar at Le Mans before the GRO 110 came along. Let's see here. Okay, so right here, this WSC right here, I stumbled across this mod because I was looking for the Peugeot mod, and I found it on a YouTube video. I found a link that directed you to a Steam page, and then you go here and download this WSC 2023, and you get all of the hypercars and all of the GT3 cars. So starting with their hypercars, here they have the Cadillac hypercar. Let's see here, they've got the Ferrari 99P, which I've showed you guys earlier. Never seen that Ferrari before. Hypercar M, what do they got here? And then the Peugeot. I think I might have seen this Peugeot before in a race. So yeah, we got the Peugeot hypercar. And then going to the GT3 class, we've got the Acura NSX. And this is one of the cars that the outside looks good. I think it even sounds good, but the inside of the car looks incomplete. See what else here. Corvette GT3. I think what they pretty much did was take one of the cars, the GTE car of this game, and just called it a GT3 because it sounds exactly the same as the GTE Corvette. Let me see here. We've got the Mustang GT3. And that was another car that looked incomplete on the inside. Got the Lamborghini Huracan. And I think this is the Iron Dames. This looks like the Iron Dames car. What else do we have here? The McLaren. I've never seen these liveries before of the McLaren, Nissan GTE. Never seen that livery before. And finally, the Porsche GT3, which I like that livery. So I think to show you guys how incomplete some of these liveries are, we'll start with a Mustang. And I'll just do a lap, half a lap with this car, a couple of other cars, and then I'll do a couple of laps of a real race. Hope everyone is having a good holiday. Let me adjust this. So yeah, you can look in here and see how empty it looks inside this car, and see how incomplete it looks in here. Looking at it from the outside, looks okay. I don't know if that's a matte finish or just missing assets because the car doesn't look shiny. Sounds okay. One problem I've had with this game is the oscillation and the clipping. Especially on this track and the Le Mans tracks. For some reason, you'll just see there'll be a spike in the wheelbase, and the wheel will just make a hard turn to the right. Then I'm fighting to gain control of the car, and it just flies off the track and goes into the wall. Sounds, yeah, for a mod, it definitely sounds good. But it feels like I'm driving a boat. See how it sounds on the outside. Actually kind of quiet. We'll check out another car. That didn't feel too bad. It felt like I was driving a boat. With this being a mod, let's see how close this Lamborghini sounds. What's the EVO? Yeah, let's check it out. So, I will have access to F124 tomorrow because I pre-ordered the championship edition. So it gives me 3 days early access. Ham and I, we will be at it again to do a co-op season this year. I think we are going to go with McLaren. And I will definitely be streaming that tomorrow. You know, I don't know when we're going to do our co-op. We still got to sit down and figure out our schedules. He's in the UK and he's 5 hours ahead of me. And so as soon as we get that figured out, we will get into our co-op season. But I will stream it tomorrow, though, just so I can check it out for the first time. So, yeah, this car looks incomplete right there. You can see all the buttons and knobs and stuff like that for the panel. And yeah, it looks incomplete. But it does have a sharp picture. The wheel looks pretty good. Sounds pretty good. The mirrors are useless. See how it sounds on the outside. Another car that's quiet on the outside for whatever reason. Yeah, no doubt we got a flat spot. All right, let's check out. In all the years of watching me, you guys are probably all GT3'd out. So let's check out the hypercars. I think we'll start at the top with the Acura. Kind of like that livery, but I think this might be the livery that I've seen in a race before. So what I'll do is I'll check out a couple of more hypercars, and then I will do a few laps replicating the 24 hours of Le Mans, because for those of you that's been following me, I plan to replicate the entire WEC calendar this year through the mods. I have every car. I think I have every car except the Lamborghini hypercar. I have every car, every track for the calendar this year. I want to do it on this game, but I just don't trust the force feedback because of the oscillation and clipping that just happens at any given moment. We will see. The actual race takes place in a couple of weeks. I plan to do this on a Friday, the weekend of the race. And I've got it narrowed down between doing this on Rfactor 2 or Automobilista 2. I would much prefer to do it. I said I want to do it here. I would like to do it on Le Mans Ultimate even more. But the VR does not have a HUD inside the headset, and I need it for the pit strategy. So yeah, it narrows down between Rfactor 2 and Automobilista 2, which one I will show it on. Now this, whoever did this mod did a pretty damn good job. It's very, very detailed. It's like all the buttons and switches are here. Steering wheel looks pretty good. Let me just adjust the, there we go. I like that. Let's have a look at it from the outside. I said another one that's quiet from the outside. So this is moving much faster than the GT3 cars. Well, the force feedback is decent today. I'm not dealing with a tremendous amount of oscillation or clipping. Oh shit. Got to brake much earlier with these hypercars. So when I replicate the 24 hours Le Mans here in a couple of weeks, even though this Acura is an IMSA car, I will include it. We'll include it as part of the lineup. All right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Sounds pretty good too. That's weird that the body's sitting underneath the seat, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. And thanks to the OpenXR toolkit, I was able to bump the resolution up to 3500p and get a very sharp picture that still runs smoothly. I've taken the resolution up as high as 5000p, but I think after like 3700p it doesn't. I mean, it gets harder and harder. It almost like diminishing returns. It's let's check out another car, and I think this time we'll go to Monza. So we'll check out the BMW hypercar here, which is called the Bayro. Well, there's the Ford GT. We'll come back to that. But let me go down to the hypercar with the BMW. It's called the Bayro. Track. Let's try Monza. Oh, panorama. So yeah, we'll take a look at one or two more hypercars. Take a look at the Ford GT. The inside of the car, they've done a pretty good job with the mod, except that the audio, the car, you could tell that the motor sounds like it's behind me, but it sounds like it's in a jar. So yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with the mod here. right. Ouch. Yep, nice, sharp, crisp picture. See here, what car will we use next? Yeah, we can check out the Ferrari. Another one, very good mod, but I don't think the motor itself, it might be close to the actual motor, but what's missing is that battery charge. When you're braking, and just that eerie sound. Check this car out from the outside. So this car looks like a submarine. Very good job on the mod, though. And each of these cars have different force feedback characteristics. This car feels like it has almost no force feedback. All right. All right, let's check out the, you guys get it with the hypercars. I want to show you guys the Ford GT, the audio with that. And then, like I said, I'll do a couple of laps at Circuit de la Sarthe and replicate the 24 hours of Le Mans, except that I'm going to use the GTE class because I love it. I'm going to put hypercars and GTE cars in there. So let's skip up here. Even gives me a choice of headlight colors. I'll take yellow. pretty good job. This mod looks pretty good. Colors definitely look, yeah, the colors look real good. Outside, I think this car sounds like the actual car. Now the inside is weird. Like I said, it sounds like a jar, like the engine's inside of a jar. There's a little bit of oscillation, slight clipping. Let's do a few laps and put a full grid in here at Circuit de la Sarthe. Select track. Le Mans, 24 hours. Car, we're going to go back to my trusty Corvette. What should I go with that? Yeah, we'll give this. Yeah, we'll give this Corvette a look. Also, what we're going to do is a opponent filter. Acura ARX 06. Okay. BMW hybrid, no. Put the Cadillac in there. Let's check the comment section. What VR are you using? Let's see here. Headset, I am using the MetaQuest Pro. Yes, GTE. What the hell is that? C7. Okay, yeah. We'll just put the entire GT3 GTE class in there. And then let's see here. We go down here to hypercar, hybrids and hypercar. Put an Alpine in there, Bayro, Moyota. Saw Peugeot in there. Toyota GR010. Yeah, I think I got all of it in there. Oh, shoot. It'll take a second to load up. So, yeah, I think I'll do 3 laps here at Circuit de la Sarthe as a preview, because when I do the real race in a couple of weeks, it's going to be a 2.4-hour race, meaning I will be doing exactly, I want to say 2 hours and let's see here, 40. I think it'll be exactly almost 2.5 hours. So I go here to add AI. There's the Acura. So it just gives him a name, Ross Smith. Alpine, add one of those. Aston Martin. BMW Bayro. See here, BMW GTE. The Cadillac hypercar. Corvette C7. I'm already driving the C8, so I'm not going to add that. Add the Ford GT. Ferrari. Ferrari 99P hypercar 499. Add the Glickenhaus. We'll go with the 2022. Scroll down some more. Toyota, that is the GR010 hypercar. 9 Peugeot 9x8, 9x8, I'll call it that. Add that. See here, here is the Porsche 963. Add that. Porsche 911. Feels like I'm missing something with these hypercars. So I've got the Cadillac, Acura, Toyota, Ferrari, Porsche. So I've got 5 hypercars in there. Seems like I'm missing one. Peugeot 6. Yeah, okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, 15 hypercars. Let's go to the next session. Next session. All right, this is the race. Very sharp picture. All right, let's do it.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Yeah, I feel some clipping. Damn, he wouldn't give me any room. Man, I felt some clipping. I had to get the position back. Oh, it's clipping in a dead spot. Oh, that clipping is horrible. Oh my God. Oh! Oh, God damn it, this clipping. Shit. I don't know if you guys can see it in the force feedback, but the wheel is jerking all over the place. And that is the reason why I'm not sure whether I want to do the 24-hour race from this game or not, because I don't trust the force feedback. Force feedback is excellent when it works like it's supposed to. Sometimes the clipping can make it unplayable. Oh shit! God damn it, this clipping! That's it. That's all the GTEs. Only the hypercars are in front of me now. This is a 5-lap race, so the hypercars probably won't catch up to me before this race is over. Oh my God. That clipping again made the car unstable. Oh shit! Sleep at the wheel, missed my mark, knocked up the wheels. Hopefully I don't got a flat spot. There is a car in front of me, but I don't know if that's a hypercar or a GTE. Lost time on that one. Look at that. Actually slower this lap. The hypercars have already finished. I'm leading my class. All right, that's it. I didn't care for the clipping, but not bad. It was pretty fun. All right, let's check out one of these modded tracks, and I think I'll wrap it up. I don't know. I've been kind of liking Donington Park. I'm going to do strictly GTEs with this race. I'm not going to put any hypercars in there. It just doesn't look right. See here, go through the whole lineup. C7. So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and myself included. That's 6. So let's go back and add one more of every car. So we did the Aston Martin and GT3. Another C7. And I'll add another C8. Show in a Porsche. Five laps. All right. Come on, move, 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 move. I like this version of Donington Park better than ACC's. Like that corner right there had a dip in it. Oh, that clip was horrible. God damn it, the AI blocked me off. That's where I was going to try to take him. Oh, the clip. To the piss? Well, thank you.
That was a 134.89.
Oh, shit. You guys had to see the clip right there. The car started wiggling and it made the car, the wheelbase start clipping. Woof! 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 Well, aside from the clipping, that was fun too. The 2.4 GTs was last. Ha! The Gray Beard Gamer, sorry. No, it's not multiplayer. It's single player. All I was really doing was just going through and showing everybody all the mods that I had. Because at the workshop, there's a ton of mods, but there's still some stuff missing where I had to go to some outside sites to get some of the cars that I was looking for. Like the BMW hypercar, the Ford GT, 2017 Ford GT. Let me see, the Toyota GRO 10, the Clicking House. Those are cars I had to go to an outside. So I had to go to an outside website to get those mods, and I had to pay for them too. And I think those mods were like $5 or $6 each. But they were pretty good mods. So that was good enough that I think I'll do it one more time. Oh, cars. No wonder I was clipping all over the place. Select track. What will we do? Barcelona with a chicane. Let's see. I don't know. Laguna Seca's starting to grow on me a little bit. Mount Panorama. I was also thinking about Road Atlanta. Paul Ricard. Yeah, I'm not that good at Road Atlanta, but let's do it. So yeah, this will probably be the last one, even though the last one was supposed to be the last one, but I had a lot of fun with it. All right. Once again, we will add GTE cars. Because once again, hypercars don't look right here. We'll add 2 of every car. One CR8. 2 Ferraris. And 2 Porsche. Yeah, I suck at Road Atlanta, but it's kind of a fun track. There's a couple of curves that just drop off into a hill that you don't really see where you're going. You just have to I guess, trust your markers. Got virtually no force feedback. Oh shit! Oh, damn it. All right. Let's try another one. Yeah, but that was, I believe that was a modded track. Sebring is horrible. That's where some of the worst clipping occurs. I don't know. I'm thinking Suzuka or Panorama. Kind of like Long Beach, but there's no places to pass. Seen a Mola. Fuji. You know what? Let's try brands. And I'm getting hungry too, so yeah, this will definitely have to be the last one. It's one thing I hate about this is having to put the cars in here manually. But if I don't do it this way, you'll get 10 of one kind of car in there and not the rest. All right. What the hell kind of lineup is this? Nice move, AI. shit. Ah! So much for that. I was trying an ill-advised move, and the clipping did not help. But it was still fun. I think the clipping that I've been constantly complaining about, I think some of it is just simple poor road effects. Sometimes when the clipping starts and the wheel starts going like this and the car becomes unstable, sometimes I have to let off the throttle or hit the brakes to slow the car down enough, and then when the clipping starts, then get back on the throttle. But by then, you've already given up a couple of positions. So again, based on the content that I have all the hypercars and the GT3 cars. This would be the best game for me to replicate the 24 hours of Le Mans on. But the clipping in the oscillation makes me not trust the force feedback. I do not want a situation where an hour and a half into the race, the wheel just decides to spike and then sends me right into the wall. So I'm very distrustful of that. And Automobilista 2 would be the best suited game for me to do this race, but I only have 3 hypercars with that game. At least the current hypercars, I only have 3 of them. I can add some of the older hypercars, but I want to do it with an updated roster. I want to do it with as many updated cars as possible. So, but sheesh, I only had 1 lap. Well, what lap were we on? I think we might have been on the 5th lap. I'm not sure, but either way, it was fun up until I crashed. We'll be back tomorrow for F124 because I paid for the championship edition. Therefore, I have access to the game 3 days early. And we will see what this is all about. One of the things I definitely want to test out is the tire physics or tire model for F124. This year, you're supposed to be able to burn flat spots into the tire, which if that be the case, that definitely changes the way people will drive. It will definitely eliminate some of the dive bombing. And so I'm looking forward to that. And I believe, according to my friend Ham, the VR is a lot of it is the same, but for the most part, it runs a little bit smoother. So I'm looking forward to trying the VR on that as well. And so all that being said, we will see you sometime tomorrow after I get out of work. We are probably looking at about 4:30 Eastern time. So tune in and hope to see you all there. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and book you on out of here. And want to thank you all until the next one. You all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king. And deuces. We'll see you soon, everybody. Have a good one.